some equipment you may notice at the Manistique Harbor soon. And Rachel from the Army Corps of Engineers in Detroit is with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So what gives? What will you guys be trying to learn from this?
Yeah.
What will people notice?
Yeah, so we had the press release come out. We are going to be putting a radar system somewhere near the harbor. We have to test out some different locations, but it will be near the breakwater structures. And the system it's in a small enclosed 4x6 utility trailer. So you'll see that out by the harbor, and the radar is jacked up on a tower that stands about 20 feet, and it's letting us collect data and information about waves as they interact with the structures during storm events. So the radar works really well because as waves are breaking, usually you see like a white foam on top of them, and the radar really picks that up. And from that information, we can do some math and learn about how the incoming waves change as they hit the structures and how we should maybe make design decisions about the breakwaters at Manistique.
So when are you putting it there, and is it going to stay there forever?
Yeah, so we are planning to come up next week, actually. I think about either the 9th or the 10th, we will be on site, and we'll be installing the system for about a few months. We'll likely come back sometime over the winter to pull the system down. So it's not going to be there forever, but it will be there for a few months.
Okay, anything else about this that you find interesting that our listeners that live in the Manistique area might find interesting?
Yeah, so the system that we're using has been developed over the past several years in Detroit for a couple different uses. So in this case, we're using it specifically to learn about how waves are interacting with the breakwater structures. But the system can also help us understand sediment transport. So we know that waves move sediment, and if we can calculate information about the waves, then we can calculate what's going on with the sediment sometimes. It's also really helpful for looking at wave patterns and, how they might change during big storm events. So it works really well during big storms, and that way we don't have to send a person out there to collect data. We can remote sense using this radar. So we think it's a really cool system. We're hoping to learn a good bit of information, and then we'll be using numerical modeling, like computer simulations, and that data goes right into those computer simulations. So it's like we can model kind of real life storm events. So that's why it's cool to me. Hopefully other people think that's cool too.
And will people be able to track will you have to tell people hey, this is what we found out, when it's all over, or there'll be is there like a website people can see what this system is finding, or no?
So at this time, we're not quite there with a public-facing web page, but we have that in the works. That is a goal of ours, to be able to share the data collects as we get them with the public. There will be a report eventually, so we're probably a while off from a final report just because the modeling study will take some time. But there will be a report, and that can be publicly available with the data. But we are working toward a website, and as soon as we have something like that up and running, we can definitely let you know and let the public know about that.